Yeah, welcome to session 30. Very cool. I have a question for all of you to ask. Same question I ask every single week. Most of the weeks. Is everybody ready to begin?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Please,
Yes.
bot, stop thinking, please. What's the music?
You see, this is why AI is failing us.
Yeah, we should just invite someone to sing.
Like a talk show. And tonight, for ambience, we ordered a band that will live perform for no apparent reason. Come on. Let's.
Oh wait.
Okay, I'll try to get the bot open again after.
Oh wait, here it is.
Huh? And now I'll just go to sleep. Let's. No, don't do this.
I can do what I want as long as you don't have music. We have music.
Oh God. Please. Okay, hold up. I'll get us music. Anyway, last we all left off. Well, Nihilum, you actually made it back home, to your estate, to your house. Had a bit of an intervention with the caretakers and the guards, as you brought a whole void dragon with you. After a bit of delayed the situation, every one of you basically split off. The void dragon decided that he wanted a whole barrel of wine, not any cheap wine either, and basically got the wine delivered to him, devoured the entire barrel and its contents, and that very quickly Grooncloak realized that this dragon cannot hold its alcohol at all. Kalius, Bluster, you did go with Nihilum, basically have dinner. Afterwards, Kalius kind of left because he's not very keen on the surroundings. Too opulent, too noble for him. And Bluster stayed in the library, figuring out what cool little tomes and secrets this household may have. Nothing really spectacular. However, one of your companions, your charming little halfling, no, not halfling, gnome, by the name of Mahet, went on his own little adventure.
We should have punted him.
And well,
We should have used him as firewood.
God, that's a bit that's work. Nice, thank you. So, the following day, throughout the night, the storms calmed and just fully passed away. Bluster, Nihilum, you slept at the estate. Grooncloak, you slept with the void dragon. And Kalius, not in that kind of way. Goddamn.
Grooncloak, why? In my garden, right in front of my son.
When we
No,
said
I attacked him. Nobody saw
we
shit.
said slay the dragon.
No, but go on.
You know what? For that case,
Okay, joke's over.
Grimcloak, roll me just a d20. I'll make you suffer.
No.
Yes, I'll make him suffer.
You know what?
Roll me a d20.
I can't hear you. You're bro-botting.
Oh,
Said
God.
roll a d20.
Yeah, roll a
Oh,
d20.
never mind. It's
It
me.
might be. I was gonna say it was on his end.
Roll a
Roll
d20.
d20
Yeah.
to the leaves. Fair enough.
2.
Okay.
Squish.
No.
Kalis,
Yeah.
after wandering throughout the night, after having your dinner in the opulent estate, how just where you just kind of picked the direction and went through the night. How long would you gone? Would you decided to return eventually? What's your ordeal throughout
It'd
the night?
probably be like the middle of the night before Kalis would decide to return.
And I assume you would just sleep in the outside somewhere.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I guess all of you, including Grunkloak, roll me another d20.
Okay.
Yay.
I'll take down the middle. Straight down the middle. 10.
Hmm.
Lester.
No.
Lester's still sleeping.
No.
He read books for too long.
You'll find me in the library, passed out on a book.
I mean,
No drool.
still blessed. Roll me.
Oh, the d20.
Yes. Everybody needs to roll d20.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, Nihilum. You are the first one to wake up. Either because that subtle pressure in your psyche that there is an actual, just potentially a rogue dragon in your courtyard that could cause some pandemonium, or maybe some other third party from the outside just wanders in and realizes that there is a dragon inside the estate and calls for more people. Something on those terms that might have kept you just over the edge, so you just immediately wake up at, I guess, your earliest convenience, which is relatively early, which is about like 8 in the morning for you, just very early for your leisure. You would quickly look around through your room, just kind of scan it as you usually do, and you can shake a feeling, but something is off. Can you roll me a perception check?
Yes.
You quickly glance around. You feel slightly odd. Something is not really there. But then your mind eases, and maybe it's just because, you're finally at home. You're finally in a very comfortable bed and no longer out of the wilderness in the extreme conditions, surrounded by threats that none of your family would actually approve you going. Nevertheless, despite what you do, it is quite early for you. So, any particular thing you would like to do?
Mm. First things first, before I forget this. I would get out of bed, go over to one of my drawers and pick out a framed photo, take it out of the frame and put it in my traveling bag.
To see?
Then I would just put on my morning robe, go outside, and actually probably walk down to take a step into the garden to get a bit of that fresh morning air,
Uh-huh.
kind of clear my head.
Well, you do look around. You get your morning robes. You go outside. You get informed by one of the servants that Bluster has fallen asleep in the library on one of the sofas. The books have been collected from his body and put back into their rightful place on the shelves. And also that there is one of your companions by the name of Kalis sleeping in a bush.
He's sleeping outside in a bush.
Yes,
A bush.
a bush.
Um.
Additionally, there is now this orb swirling thing in front of in front of the door to the estate where the void dragon was. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, then I would probably go over to yeah, I would probably go over to Kalis and try to wake him.
Looking pretty soaked to the bone, considering the rain last night.
Uh-huh. You're
Kalis gets up out of the bush and stretches.
What are you doing? I mean,
Sleeping.
don't tell me you spent the night outside.
I won't then. And he's going to kind of dust himself off, grab his backpack, which he left on the ground nearby, like just underneath the bush, and just walk away, walk towards the front of the estate.
She would kind of just like look after him with a like very concerned look. All right. Can't you see anything else outside?
well, you can see the gardeners are already working, manicuring the odd bushes that are slightly overgrown, fixing the damage from the yesterday's storm, mainly larger tree branches, either destroying flower beds or, well, just looks nasty with the sudden breaking point on the trees. So a minor repair effort on the garden, but nothing severe.
All right, then she would take a deep breath and go back inside and go to the kitchen to make herself a tea in the morning. If she would find Kalis on the way, she would offer him one too.
That would be quite nice, thank you.
Of course.
Bluster,
Yes.
either by a random noise or the odd ambience of the environment, suddenly you feel yourself awake. You look around, you remember that there were a lot more books in your surrounding area that you opened up, glanced through, closed them, put them in the stack. They're now, well, not there anymore. There's only you on the sofa that you basically decided to sleep on, and on top of you there is a very simple wool blanket that you don't remember having.
I see. Huh. Must have been one of my reading stupids again. Anyways, I'm gonna wander out and find everybody and such because, have some stuff to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's
just
one
gonna
thing.
wander out to
sorry.
the garden as well. So,
Oh.
is he doing all right?
Oh no, he's typing.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Oof. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Sam. Rest in peace.
The Void Dragon shenanigans strike again.
There's a. You can see the Void Dragon put a do not disturb sign on the outside of
Oh
the sanctum.
no!
Don't say that.
It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working.
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay, it's stabilized again. I've no idea what Discord's deals today with this server, but
You see,
It has hiccups today, it's true.
the Void Dragon had its spots. Anyway, speaking of the Void Dragon, and more particularly you, well, you have your tea, Kalis. You wander out in the front of the estate. You clearly see that there is no Void Dragon to speak of, although you do see this. How do I say this? Like intense shimmers of heat in one spot, almost like in a small circle. But also in those shimmers of heat you see these purplish strands, like some puffed out smokes from a campfire just manifesting out of nowhere.
Kalis will walk up to it a bit and kind of
You immediately
try and tap
smell
on the outside.
You
of the
immediately
door.
smell very strong, almost disgustingly sweet scent of alcohol coming through that heat wave. Yeah.
I'll try and peek in through the heat wave.
Can you roll me a d20?
Nine.
Constitution saving throw.
You try, but then you try to touch the heat point, and you all of a sudden feel like a force barrier that you touch your hands to. It's quite hot, almost like a singed metal ball that has been in the furnace for quite a while. You try to like push it, prod it, trying to like get yourself into that orb.
There's not
No.
there's not a large amount of force going into it. He's like just checking to see if he can peek in.
Nope.
And if he can't, he'll knock on the outside, kind of notifying the person inside that it's morning.
Besides the almost like reactionary purplish smoke that comes out with each of your knocking, nothing really happens.
All right. Kalis will just sip his tea and sit on the I assume that there's some kind of front porch kind of area.
Yes, yes. You're literally gonna take the seat where Grimcloak sat, waiting patiently for the Void Dragon to drink the wine. And, oh. Casually watches he.
Hey, watching heat go off. I don't know. I'm just trying to make a funny joke.
I know. I thought it's the fucking action movie with Brad Pitt. Casually watches heat. Damn. We're getting movies? Okay. Oh. Lester, Nihulim, what about you? What is your
Well, first of all, if Blaster would find his way into the kitchen, he would be offered a tea as well. After a few minutes, though, she would tell the servants that her friends might want something to eat before travel continues, and then go to find her washed laundry to pick it back up.
they 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 understand and they will prepare some light breakfast.
Yeah, Bluster's going. Yeah, would wander in and grab the tea and say, I do have something to talk about, but we do need everybody, so
We could talk it over at breakfast. Something serious?
depends on what it means. Not quite sure yet.
I'll try to gather everybody. As that is what she would do. She would tell Kalis, who's just outside, and then she would actually go to try to find Grimcloak.
Asking
Kalis will motion to the orb of heat, whatever. I believe he is in there with the void dragon.
Can see her just stand there, like tea in hand, just kind of stare and just look at Kalis, look back.
Kalis shrugs. He has no idea what's going on in there.
And she kind of looks very worried. Don't tell me. Ugh.
As far as I understand of Grim, it certainly does not seem like his type. Long sip of tea.
Yeah, Nihilum, you look at the orb and you think to yourself, there have been a handful of scandals throughout the decades and centuries. Some lord going in the bushes with some servant or their own mistresses, and then a lot of shame. It'll be the first time that somebody would just screw a dragon, although a bit discreetly, but also very much in the open. And as you're thinking the possibilities of this catastrophical event, Grimcloak,
Yes.
you suddenly wake up with a sudden pressure on your chest, and you feel the strong reek of what you assume is stomach acid and alcohol. You try to move, but you're completely pressed down to the floor by a dragon that has rolled over to you sideways. Not fully, a piece of it, but It's basically the Void Dragon's right leg, most of it, and a bit of its lower body is basically on top of you. You can crawl out, although it is very compact as it is in the...
Of course. Listen, it's like Gurglug's like, I was expecting something like this would happen, but still. Okay, let's see. How do we smell? I smell the alcohol clearly, right?
Yes.
Are my arms free?
Yes.
Okay, where's the dragon's headed?
You look to your left, you see its tail. You look to the right, you can see its head on the ground, its whole body sideways. It is breathing, it's not dead.
Oh, I hope not. otherwise, like, shit. Raise that. But no, okay, I try to reach towards the hand, 20 foot of the head with my hand, and then try to gently nudge the head to wake up the dragon.
You try to what now?
Nudge the head with my hand to wake up the dragon.
You crawl slightly out with a bit of momentum, and you do manage to reach eventually the head of the dragon. As you nudge the head, you can hear its quite regular breathing, but also quite quite the unresponsiveness of somebody who is definitely drunk.
Okay. Let's see. Taking my spell list real quick. Okay. Can I use healing hands on the dragon to hopefully do something?
Answer the dragon.
Yeah.
Well, you can roll me a Arcana check, actually.
Okay. Oh, Arcana. Finally, something I'm good at. 17.
Few things. First of all, you know from basic lore that dragons, all of the dragons, are basically immune to poison. Right? They cannot be poisoned.
Right.
That's one of the things. This one apparently can get alcohol poisoning. Additionally, you immediately assume that your healing spells would not work, but something like cure poison would, or lesser restoration would.
Okay.
You have a drunk void dragon. There's no two ways about it.
Okay.
Also, you can finally like realize when you're now scooted out of under the dragon, it reeks in here. It's not a nice place to be here.
Ugh.
It's like a greenhouse of stomach acid and alcohol with this nasty mixture of air, hot air to be precise.
So, I guess I have to try and crawl my way from under it then. Okay. I don't have cure poison, so I try to get out from under the dragon. Like crawling slowly away from under it, moving very gently, not to disturb it or stuff. The false move that would agitate the dragon. Do I succeed or?
Yeah, you do. It takes a bit of time.
Okay.
You do manage to crawl out. You do realize the spell that you cast is still there. still
Okay.
going on for some reason, even though it's isn't it like 8
Well,
hours.
no, it stays up for 24 hours. It stays
Oh,
up for
20,
24
yeah,
hours. So it's
24
been there.
hours. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just I'm like, ugh, what a smell. I tried to just walk out of the private sanctum.
You walk out of the private sanctum, and Kalius, suddenly, the orb expands several times its size, and from it comes the Grimcloak. Moist is the way you could describe his robes. And, if you smell alcohol, he fucking reeks of it.
Kalis wrinkles his nose. I think that you will need to bathe. Now.
Indeed, I would.
You should bathe yourself now.
Kalis like takes another sip of his tea and shoos Grim away. Like, I'm trying to drink my tea here, not gag.
Just kind of like holds her fingers over her nose, just like the best that way. Just points at her.
Canonically, Grimcloak, you would have the
Yeah.
stinking lines at the moment. You would have
The what?
You would have the stench lines over you.
You just hear him grumble for a moment and then just go towards the house. And, just swallowing his pride.
I have a question, Gurgle. Will you just keep the spell active, the private sanctum?
They're not telling me to do it, so no, I don't even have to focus on it. I can undo it, I think, but it doesn't say anything that I can undo it. I don't have to focus on it, so it's staying up, I guess.
See.
Let the dragon sleep. Let drunk dragons lie.
That's gonna be funny. Yeah.
At least if I was a monk, I would probably have learned drunken dragon style by now. There, I'm done.
There you go.
So
So
yeah, I just head inside and try to find the bathroom, being all stinky and
yes,
such.
all the servants of the house are now awake and fully at attention at you because they can fucking smell you in the same fucking floor that you're in. They very quickly put their mouths over their faces, some of them gagging. You where to bathe and implore you to use soap.
Lots of soap. They're like, I believe we have bleach somewhere in there.
Well, I just go along the service point beef, go towards the bathroom, and, well, get my robes clean, I guess, and put my mask aside and just take a bath. Right, his Grog's expression is that of annoyance.
Fair enough.
But funny nonetheless.
There's 4 of you gathered. All of you notice that one person is missing. Mahet. You ask around, nobody has really seen him since yesterday for a brief period when you officially arrived.
Alright, so now we know where everybody is. We're just waiting on Grimcloak. Best is in the kid. Where's my head?
Almost everyone.
I mean, did you see him anywhere?
Last I saw him again was last night. I do not think he came inside.
Oh no. Could be anywhere by now. Can't trust that guy.
Grimcloak is with us, right?
I thought I went with that.
Okay. Yep.
Alright.
I might have a idea of what happened to him. When I went after the brief blackout, I went to the roof. There's honestly, there you might want to get that looked at. But there seems to be some scorch marks up there.
That is odd. I have not seen or heard anything.
What's worse is I was able to tap into briefly to the time back in time just a little bit limited in that right now, but I saw something interesting that involved Mehet. He seemed to have tied himself to a rod with a interesting symbol on the ground. It was a symbol of Mistra.
Oh.
Rude, but effective.
So what you are implying is that Mahet burned himself into a silhouette on Nihilum's roof.
Not necessarily. Not sure what he did. Essentially, if it wasn't for the symbol, more than likely that is what would have happened. But it seemed purposeful, that symbol. Not sure why. But after we're done, concluded our business here, we might have to go and look into that.
I might know someone that would know more about that.
I do too.
There is some method to his madness, so it is possible that he discovered something that he does not want to reveal.
Either that or he didn't know, he was just compelled to. But who can say until we know exactly what's going on?
All right.
Green Cloak,
Yes.
who is it that you were
Fud. Grip Cloak, have you done showering?
We're all congregated outside of the shower.
Yeah, we're all
Grim is showering as we speak.
Green Cloak, who is it that you said that you may know?
A contact within the Platinum Seas. The second oldest child of Mistra. It's not too Inu.
That works just perfect, because that's not
Lester.
precisely him.
Lester, can you roll me a history check?
Oh, yeah. Let's see, do I have to read it? Nope. I will do that.
$23.
Yeah.
Yep.
Inu. So you know a child of Mistra by the name of Shatu Inu, second oldest child of Mistra. There was this thing several years ago where over the course of several hours, most of the children of Mistra died while fighting off demons. At least that's what have officially been stated. And, well, they were all ceremoniously buried and remembered as heroes. However, he did survive that engagement, but then he also died from just natural age several months later. He has been dead for several years now. I know.
Interesting.
I know. That's why. Because Buster is.
Green Cloak, but as cool as it is that you do know Chada Misra, I haven't quite met one myself. When was the last time you met them?
At least 5 years.
Within that time, they passed, right?
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you, but I don't think they are around anymore. Unless you know something else.
Hmm.
But in any
I don't-
sense, I was planning on getting the Platinum Seas involved. If there's anything who can think of who could decipher what happened, then it would be them.
You could. He's just sighing. Mayhaps. That is the only contact I have within the Platinum Seas after my disappearing trick. Well, then we have to find another way to get their attention. And we have methods for that.
Oh, I have contacts in there too. We'll get to the bottom of it, but first we have more pressing matters.
And then what is the pressing matter? The
We're
meeting
waiting
with
for
the
something, right?
Yeah, we're waiting.
You are waiting for someone to come to the state with information about your
Yes.
about an individual's location that knows all about the beetles of this world. Because remember, you're on a side quest of a side quest of a side quest to the main mission at the moment.
Pretty much.
Well, looking for the beetles is kind of a sub-quest of this main quest.
Yes.
Figuring
No,
out
we
what
lost a
happened
party
to
member.
Mahet is side quest. At least for now.
As far as we are aware of. So,
That reminds me, Grim. In what state is the dragon? Currently, it did not seem like a particularly enjoyable evening. From
Considering my Considering my state, I would say they are having a terrible hangover.
Kalis is still the only person who has drank alcohol in this team and not gotten drunk.
But I do not think that will be a large problem at hand. If someone could cure poison the dragon, it would all fade away in no time.
I do not believe we have any clerics in the group. We would have to look for outside help.
As you're all having this conversation, imagine just next to a bathroom where on the other side Grimcliff is just showering or in the bath just chilling.
Just standing on the floor.
Nihilo,
Yes.
one of the young gardeners runs panicking. He immediately spots you, nearly breaks his neck, screaming, Lady, the dragon is running away!"
What? What? Oh,
Good
all
God.
right. All right. Well, okay. I suppose.
We have the horn. You do not need to worry about it running.
But it's gonna destroy all. I have to give my gardeners a raise. All right.
I mentioned the Void Dragon Grimclaw's connection fucking shatters.
Back.
A bit nervous around her.
So,
Calm down, Nihilo.
You. Grimcloak just goes after the dragon right almost instantly. It's like, nope, I'm not letting that happen.
fucking door opens, you with a towel running away.
I thought I was already
Still
clean.
has the mask on.
Nope, we're not doing it. He showers with the mask.
I thought we already had that. How does the scene keeps changing? This is
No, but I like the
First of all-
idea.
It's,
It's kind of no, sorry, can't do anything about
It's
that.
no, it's
we're
not
personally
canon, it's
headcanning
funny,
this shit.
though.
Yeah, it's funny.
Ah,
Nihilum, I want a picture of Grimcloak with a mask and a towel now.
The drag,
Alright,
sir,
one second.
sir, the
No.
dragon is leaving. Fucking every. I imagine just a fucking comic, one panel, a fucking a young human running to all of you next to a door. Lady, the dragon is running away. All of you like disgruntled. The door widely opens and fucking Grimcloak runs out with a fucking towel, but with a fucking. With the fucking mask, yelling,
Oh.
"No, it isn't."
This is the image of Grimcloak running, except it doesn't have a shirt.
oh.
It's just
Oh.
a towel
Right.
and a mask.
Sorry.
Well,
Anyways.
making out to the front of the estate, you do in fact
It's a
see.
robot.
You do in fact see the Void Dragon is running away. More specifically, running at a wall and trying to climb it, but failing miserably.
Wanna try something?
It's trying to climb, like a kitten would try to climb like over a fence, and then falls back on its back.
This is
It
This is
is
ridiculous.
It is very drunk Void Dragon trying to climb over a 12-foot tall wall and failing it miserably.
Ah.
Kinda like that, yeah. Just like
Grimcloak just sighs and goes over to the dragon and just says loudly, "What are you doing? You know you can fly, right?"
I can't fly.
Why
I
would-
can't fly while under the influence. They'll give me a ticket.
I don't
I'm
want to
too
get.
fly to drunk.
Hey,
Nihilum,
hey,
I have seen Nihilum ugly drunk.
listen,
Oh, what?
listen.
Yeah.
This is the Void Dragon's honest response to that information as you say that. It stops. It stops. Oh my god, I need to make some rolls for it.
Wait.
This is
Wait,
it
don't-
figuring
why
out
did-
it has wings.
Yes, the cat with the different paws. It's so. I love that gift.
Oh my
So much. It's so cute.
it stops. It looks at you, Grimcloak. It pauses its movement and then fucking just submerges into the ground. Like it just phases into the ground. And then it's the dragon's gone. After a few seconds, you start to see this purple, massive purple dragon head, a bit bigger than the one that just submerged, poking out to the ground and submerging again.
It's
Oh
quite
my-
hide and seek.
Wise boy dragon of the earth, what is your wisdom?
Can anybody
Don't drink
roll
after
me?
4 p.m.
Can everybody roll me an insight check?
I kind of want to go back to sleep, actually. Pretend like this didn't happen. Oh.
You're
So
just rolling with
insight?
it.
Aw.
Aw, I suck.
Yeah, insight.
Nihilum chooses not to see. Good for her.
Whoa!
Thank you, Blaster, for solving the problem.
Bluster, you put on Bluster. I can imagine you just like push your glasses into your face lightly with a smirk. This is a 1-to-1 like event. Because first of all, naturally dragons can never get drunk, right?
Mhm.
Because they're immune to poison, which alcohol is one of the top poison. Second of all, because of its unique properties of the void dragon basically enabling to dissolve or become incorporeal with the physical realm and, you know, traverse it extremely fast. These two combinations, you assume, because of how gravity works, it submerges into the ground as it tries to fly. It goes up and down into the ground. So probably, if there was like a cellar somewhere below, there should be just a massive tail and lower body just popping up and down. As the dragon is too drunk to fly, but now is also melding into the ground. So now it's basically like trying to climb out, but it doesn't know how to fully climb out. So at this very moment,
I turn to Neelam and say, "You wouldn't happen to have a cellar, would you? Underneath this specific spot?
Guess where the wine is stored?
Can a dragon get in and out of it?"
I'm trying not to think about it.
let me roll for the dragon. Oh my god!
Oh, this is gonna go bad.
He finally, you all see
She does.
about 10 like head pops out for like 7 seconds, immediately submerges after like 10 seconds. Again, the head pops out for a few seconds. This occurs for like 7 times. And then
Can I
out of the
walk over
10th
and try
time,
to
you see the dragon catapult off like the surface. Just not its only head, the entire body just goes flying up because it actually uses all of its force to fly. And then you see about 150 feet into the air, the wings that were flapping with, like, you know, precision and expertise like a dragon should, they suddenly just lock up. Like, you see something in the wings just shakes, and it kind of closes on themselves. And the void dragon becomes a projectile that gets chucked over the wall. And after a few seconds, all of you can hear an audible thud.
Grim Cloak?
Kayla's sighs, and I think we should probably head over there.
Yeah.
Assess the damage.
Yes.
Grim Cloak.
Yes.
Not to self. Don't ever tell a drunk dragon that they can fly.
I was trying to get it to see sense.
It was nearly drunk. It was safer not flying, apparently.
Indeed.
Alcohol
Let's just hope it's out
inhibits
and
sense. Do not try to show sense to a drunk. It will not work.
You go
You're
outside.
speaking from experience.
Kalis looks at Blester, just stares for a moment.
I sip my tea.
I have seen
The
it
shade.
before.
Yeah, you well,
Yeah, I guess
Get
we
off the
kinda have to
dragon.
go.
I'm gonna as you exit outside and see where the dragon landed. Oh god. Remember, Nicolum, how I told you there was a moat that was separating the entrance? So
There's a bigger moat.
no,
There isn't one anymore.
there is a moat around the state, but there's also like an actual flowing river. It's not like just a random moat that they dug out. No, it's part of the region's waterways, and about 150 feet off the state, following the moat as it split off into an actual decently wide river. You do see a visible, just like, you know, these nice golden grasses everywhere, and you just see a fucking crater mark with a bunch of dented golden fauna. As you wander to that place, either cautiously or with speed, you do find the dragon is now at the bottom of the river, half submerged. Its body in the water, its head basically on the river bank, basically on the ground, as it's now laying on its back. If you could believe it, because you know it's an intelligent being, it is currently regretting its choices. It's very much.
Kalis will walk up to the head and kind of kneel down so that their eye to eye,
Same.
kind of
Same.
tilting his head so that like they're on. Since the dragon's on its back, I'm assuming the dragon is upside down, basically.
Yes, it is belly up. Most of his body is basically in the river. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold up a second.
Now it truly is the dragon of the lake. What is your wisdom?
This is basically if the dragon was in a humanoid form, this is how it would look at the moment. just
At least it's not an angry. Let's be honest. At least it's not an angry drunk.
True.
this is how the dragon is basically is at the moment. Just half submerged, head sticking out of the water, looking at the.
Didn't we agree that the dragon was like a sad drunk, like it was telling sob stories to Grim all evening?
That's headcanon, not official canon.
Yeah, of course it is official canon because we say so.
After a few seconds, as you console the dragon, you all hear in your voice a very weak, a very purposeful, exhausted voice. That was a bad idea.
Kalis kind of pats it on the chin. You get used to it.
I don't want her getting used
He's
to
just
it.
like me for real.
It's better to become immune to the imbibement of alcohol than it is to stay drunk their entire lives.
This is an alcoholic beverage that managed to, of all creatures, make a dragon drunk. I don't think this is something you get used to.
I think it
That's why
was
it's
the high
only bought on for
quantity.
special occasions.
Either way, Neil, do you have any sort of sedative or concoction that would lessen the effects of alcohol?
Nihilum, passive insight. your estate has a handful of well, remove poison, basically potions, because believe me, the Void Dragon is not the first person who drank himself half to death and then was not eager to suffer the consequences of a hangover the next day.
Yes, I'm gonna get something.
Well, this dragon has already suffered the consequences of the hangover. We are simply avoiding everyone else suffering more consequences from this hangover.
So
Void thing.
there is just one thing we
Void.
do need to. Oh, there's the one thing we have to ask the dragon. Considering its size, and well, the potion being of a smaller size, it might be wiser if it takes a smaller form.
I do not think that it would affect a magical concoction.
Perhaps.
But yeah, I would get some of that.
At the very least, if it does, it will limit the effects of the alcohol.
So, can everybody who's staying with the dragon roll me a medical check?
Okay.
Blester, what's your medicine at? Your medicine.
Only a 2.
Where's
Only a 2.
the music
I have plus
bottom?
3.
Alright. Then I'll just roll.
I'll give you advantage then. Yours is higher than mine.
There you go.
There you go.
The perks of having high wisdom.
Yep.
It never made sense that it's an wisdom-based one, though.
I disagree.
Disagree.
It's a lot of medicine can be a gut feeling, a matter of perception.
Hey, let's can you roll me a nature check?
Add a d8 to that.
A nature, you said?
Yes.
This 1d8. Another 20.
Hey. So, you kind of examine the dragon, see if it actually is hurt besides the severe alcohol poisoning. Because the impact, well, it left the dent in just above you all as it slid down to the river. You look around, you see the dragon is relatively healthy despite its current predicament and doesn't have to have anything broken or something impaled or, in any sort of pain. However, you do notice in its back, somewhere just below its actual start of the neck, the base of the neck, you see blood. A lot of it. And for a few seconds, you look at it, and then you realize it's not really blood. It's something else. Because you look at the scales, there's no impact that would cause wounds, but it's almost like the scales are exuding just this black purplish liquid. Additionally, what you notice is in some of the dense golden fauna, you start to notice just something purple in it. You quickly brush a bit of fauna away, and you realize in the midst of the golden grass, the golden flowers, they're now purple, these dark violet purple grass blades and dark purple flowers that are actually growing out of the earth. And you realize it's where the blood, whatever this liquid that the dragon exudes, is touching. Oh fuck, flora. My bad. Yeah, flora. Yeah, is skill.
Iskill, yeah. I was looking it up.
Iskill,
Mm-hmm.
could you roll over? There seems to be a wound on your back.
Give me a second. Let's see if you can roll over. It rolls.
Kalis will help her.
It actually flaps its wing a bit and then jabs the ground slightly and pushes the claw basically pushes itself towards the claw and rolls over. And you do see the riverbed, the very edge where the water meets, and like a good few feet of the surrounding area is basically covered in this, well, not like blood consistency, but more like ichor. And when you
Is
Yeah.
there a source of the cut? Does it seem to have just been like
you look at the
impact,
back,
or-
you don't see any cuts or bruises, but you can do feel you just see that there's ichor on its back that wasn't there previously. But looking at the grass, looking at the flora, you start to notice in the soaked ichor patch, there are now violet blooms sprouting out in in your eyes, like not like, oh, it just manifested. No, they're growing in a natural speed, growing inches as a dozen or so seconds pass.
Okay.
Nihilo, you are. You and Blester are more academically knowledgeable than I. Do you recognize these plants?
Nikulum, you can roll me history and a nature with advantage. No. History and nature, and then fuck. Yeah, nature. Fuck.
I will not do that.
Naturey?
Nature.
So history and then?
No, you can roll history and
Mm-hmm.
nature, but religion you additionally with advantage. Same with you,
Okay,
Blesser, but
so-
everything is a straight roll.
History.
Hmm?
Then it was nature, right?
Yeah.
Nature. Beautiful.
Blester.
Uh-huh.
Blester. It's a nat 1, Blester.
Well,
You're
I
needed.
don't have the bountiful luck, but you can go ahead and re-roll that one.
Thank you.
Give me a second, I'll be right back for a second. I'll be back.
Yes, that's better.
Better.
What's the thing for rolling with advantage again?
Roll 2d20 KH1. That's all
KH1.
one line.
What the fuck?
And then you
KH
add-
stands for keep
No.
higher.
Alright. And
And
then
then
religion is 5. Alright. Alright, that barely made a difference, but alright. It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I want to re-roll that history.
You can also add a d8.
So, Nihil.
I need it on nature because nature's the only one I don't,
Okay,
Yeah.
then you'll get it on nature.
which is going
Yes.
to be this one.
Oh boy.
So 24 on history, 31 on nature.
Didn't really need that that D8 on nature.
I'll take it any chance I get. Then this is really shit. So 24. Nope. 24 history, 31 nature, 21 religion.
Okay.
Yeah, 21 history, 15 nature, and 17 religion.
So you look at the growths. They're now growing quite fast, and within like a half a minute, there's now this purple patch in the sea of gold. Ooh. Nihilum, this makes you panic. Suddenly somewhere deep within you, this makes you uncomfortable, extremely so.
Can I
And
check
as-
myself?
Oh, you can guess on why it is. It could be that you're now outside and there's a void dragon and people could see, and any moment a retinue of people could show up and try to kill the dragon. It could be that you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. It's a lot of things that could be the potential. However, Blester, you look at the patch of the purplish, not only grasses but flowers. You can spot purple tulips, smaller than the regular tulips in the material plane. You can see what seems to be the abyssal roses, which makes you a bit finicky, Blister. Abyssal roses is a particular rose that is not, it cannot grow in the material plane. It can only grow in abyssal planes. Additionally, those abyssal roses tend to sap the surrounding flora until it's fully devoured and decayed in order to make the rose patch grow and intensify. However, looking at these specimens here, you notice that they have the characteristic. They have the look, the appearance, you could almost say the smell and the texture, but just the look of it. But they don't have the abyssal features, because the rose patches wouldn't even grow here unless there was an abyssal fiend of great magnitude, which could technically be the void dragon, but it will also start to devour the surrounding area in quite the speed and would try to multiply, and it would start to feel sick, but that's not happening. But besides that, the thing that really bothers you is a very old mythos. Second, please. Why is the music not playing?
Because I went to the other bots again.
The first Spinjitzu master.
Yeah.
Please. Come on. There you go. So, the main thing that annoys you a lot about this patch in the Golden Field is an ancient Dorian Empire's prophecy, dubbed the Golden Prophecy. Way back 2.5 millennia ago, but the god Empress Inca united the first iteration of the Dorian Empire and gave her general the mantle of the first emperor and the duty to essentially conquer the entire continent under the empire's banner. After her mostly assume passing, ascension into godhood. The surrounding area, the area that was the first Dorian Empire at its infancy, the regular flora of plains and other aspects of it became golden to signify it's basically, well, many theorize signifying its divine might. And the golden prophecy states that if something starts to grow in different coloration than the gold on the golden plains, it is the start of the empire's downfall. It is stated in the golden prophecy that the first sign of the flora changing its coloration to something unnatural or something that would make it its previous color would indicate that the downfall of the empire, the death of the Doran Empire, is inevitable.
Excellent.
Which makes you even more unsettled, Blester. You put on your thinking cap. You know from Ret what is coming. A massive fucking dragon by the name of Tiamat, aka the Mother of all Dragons, potentially. You also have an unorthodox dragon that you just gained that wanted to devour the Empire's finest of wines and now to secrete its flora in a coloration, almost declaring the prophecy to start. You have a sudden, very nervous suspicion that the Void Dragon, whatever its origins may be, may just send a personal message from Tiamat herself to this world. Or more specifically, to you. Who knows? I mean, that's only a prophecy, it's only a theory, but coincidence. Coincidence, that's a hell of a thing. Play. Why is it sucks? Yeah, Game Fury. Game Fury.
It's for being glitchy.
Whatever sentence I was talking with and all that stuff is just suddenly cut short as I realize all of that. I just start mumbling to myself incoherently.
I'm gonna pick one of the flowers.
Oh,
Does it smell weird?
It you feel the air around the flowers colder, like it's resonating cold, and it's not a fluke. It's actually is cold to the touch. And
Okay.
well, I mean, it looks like a normal flower. It doesn't like die anything. It's just
So,
Grim.
okay, just think.
You,
You said there's some sort of ichor on the ground. Is also the dragon still?
yes, on its back there is ichor where it basically fell on its
Okay.
back.
Okay. Go ahead, Gallus.
Grim. Are you able to drain creatures of
Just shut up.
your
Don't make it awkward.
have- Araxis, you're the one who did this.
Yeah?
You specialize in a specific form of magic.
Yes.
I'm curious if it works on these.
You wish for me to cast something necrotic on it, if I'm correct.
Kalis nods. I want to see if it dies.
Okay. I take the flower, and I guess I'm just vampiric touching it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
The well, uh, the flower shrivels and dies in your hand, becoming, well, basically a purplish dust and ash.
Uh,
Well, there goes that hypothesis. Bluster,
question.
you seem to be mumbling about something. What do you know?
Question.
Huh?
Was there any form of a soul there?
Nope.
Okay, then I can't use that. Darn it. Okay, it's like, well, that was that. Grim looks at the back of the dragon. Do we have anything to contain some of that liquid?
I do not like a binding or more of a bottle.
A bottle, a binding, whatever it might. This might be a blessing of some sort in disguise.
No, 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 no,
I do
Okay,
not
I want
think-
to. Okay,
It is
Grim looks
certainly-
saying, I want to use
He's
that
here.
shit.
It is certainly not an
Snap.
obvious blessing.
You hear me say no, 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 no.
What is it, Bluster?
But I snap out. I walk to the dragon and I'm going to pump in a 4th level cure wound, see if that helps. Cauterize.
Does nobody have?
There
we're not
isn't-
injured.
There isn't a wound.
There isn't a wound. Okay. He's gonna do it anyways.
You
Just-
said
he's at this point, he's panicking right now.
Bluster. What did you learn?
It is, Mm. Old prophecy.
About?
But he's deep breath. Potentially the fall of the Dorian Empire.
Grim Cloak adjusts his mask.
Well, don't spare the details.
But
Before
where is that thing to get them out of this out of this hangover? Need to ask it questions.
how about we first make sure that the dragon doesn't cause a panic being in the open like this?
Or for that matter, the flowers, it seems.
Blister at the moment. Oh no.
Can I give the dragon the anti-alcohol poison
Yes.
thing I found?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You pour it in. You wait a couple of seconds, and then you all of a sudden hear an eldritch sound coming from its stomach. And then you see the void dragon starts to claw into the ground and starts to scoot away from you, kind of shoving you aside, and actually get on its force and climb out of the river.
Better?
The dragon nods.
I would get the dragon's attention. It's like,
Lester.
and points to the thing. It's like, are you here to herald it?
It scoots its head back. It looks at the place you're pointing. It seems to stare at it. There is no response the dragon makes to you that is vocal. However, Blister, you sense a very thick dread coming over you.
Yes. Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
Anyone doing
the
anything?
dragon doesn't say anything. However, Blister, you get an idea of what the answer is.
Well, and he's just like his hands are rubbing his temples.
Perception check, everybody.
Oh, boy.
I just want to do a stupid speech. Hey, I'm waiting for him to perception.
Oh my god. You know, you focus on the dragon, Alias, Yehulum, however, looking at the river that seems to be flowing southeast, lazily, into the vineyards. You can see on its banks, there are now few flowers that are now distinct to the rest of the golden flora. Purplish flowers are now seem to pop up at small several inch pockets in the golden sea.
Does it seem to be spreading downriver? Like, is there ichor flowing down the river?
You don't see any ichor. However, you do see that there is now a lot more of them down the river. As you
Is
see.
it also heading upriver?
Do you look up the river? No. But, yeah.
That's almost worse, because people can tell where it started.
Oh, true. True.
How much feet is it?
Huh?
How much feet is it?
Feet of what?
How far
How
down is it going so far?
Would you continue to just walk and see how far it goes?
An estimate would be nice.
Well, the river goes like in a straight line for about 2 miles. If you wander down the same track as the river is, you can see every 20, 10, 50, 100 feet, where clearly in the sea of gold you see pop-ups of very clearly visible purple fauna now sprouting out. They're not
Laura.
spreading into like above the river, further up the ground. It's basically by the river water. Yeah.
Let's get the dragon out of here before it causes more trouble.
Then I will ask it. And Draven looks at Dragon. Are you able to take a human shape of some sort? I've heard that dragons can take different forms if need be.
It shakes its head.
I do not know if a different form would even stop this from spreading. I think it is best if... Iskil, what do you know about this? It is very important.
I still want to get the Icar. Give me the fucking Icar.
Shut up, science nerd. The end of the world is at hand, and you're trying to collect blood.
Now I'm trying to connect whatever that shit is so we can analyze and then we can get our answer.
Well, the dragon says nothing.
I would assume that means it doesn't know. But the answer's on its back, and we should take some of it and have it analyzed. That is the way to find our answers.
Then
I've
why are
already
you standing
told you.
around? Nobody is stopping you, Grim.
Okay. I think I know where I can find the container.
Yeah, probably.
Neelam, you
I've
gave it a
already-
potion of remove poison. You probably have the container of it.
I
You use that.
do.
I've already told you what it means.
Perhaps there is more we can gain from Grimcloak's method of thinking. Perhaps a reversal method.
The bot just dies after like 3 minutes. Oh, fuck. Ouch.
I don't
You
think
okay?
we should worry about it.
Spill
I'm
coffee
not,
on
I'm
myself.
not doing. Let's not do the YouTube watch party again. That was dumb.
I'm not doing that now. We can
Good.
stay in silence. Anyway,
We'll
yeah.
edit the music in post.
I'm too late. Yeah, but me. Or anyway, so yeah. What now? Your dragon is now sober. However, there is now a very interesting problem that is developing.
Well, as I said, the first thing I'm doing is grabbing the bottle from Neelam and getting some of the ichor from the dragon's back so that we can analyze it for some sort of reason.
Uh-huh.
Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
It's at
Okay.
Oh.
this
All right.
moment I look at the river, say, "Oh shit!"
It is going to travel downstream, so it would be best if we concealed the point of origin.
No, we
Iskil.
need to stop the spread.
How? It
We
is-
freeze the river.
If it is an omen, it is not like any natural phenomenon is going to stop it.
We can at least delay it for a while.
Okay. Guessing
Until we can get a team here to help.
See if
Then we-
can.
then get me to the place of where it's spreading right now. I could freeze the river and stop its flow from there.
But that's only a temporary solution.
All of this is only temporary. Iskil, do tell us, do you know more about this?
Third time's a charm, they
It
say.
stares at the fucking at the little void at the little purple pockets in the golden plains. He stares generally with a blankness of confusion, and you know what? Roll me an insight check. I'll be right back. Second, I need to find a fucking.
Finally, a good wisdom roll.
Oh baby, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on, give me, where is it? I need to first find the inside.
Baby, baby, baby. Oh.
Standard.
I did that wrong. I did perception, not insight. Fuck.
No, inside. It was inside.
Yeah, I accidentally rolled for the perception instead of insight. Mine's
Insight shouldn't be that much different, should it?
I'm proficient in it.
Well, then you
Sorry
could have
about
just
that.
added the +4. You just wanted a higher roll.
No.
Kalis, did you roll an insight?
Yes, it is a 27 total.
Kalis. He is in this position the same way that you are in your own position. He is not he's not the
He's not a
progenitor.
willing messenger.
Yeah,
or...
he's but a pawn in this ordeal. If there is an omen that is like several centuries, millennia old, he didn't know about it. He didn't care
Alright,
about
then.
it. But yeah.
Second question. If Tiamat knew to send this omen, who is watching right now?
If only my head was here.
Kalis has seen them before. He knows what to look for.
I need to find.
If necessary, he'll use his magic awareness as well.
Find that for music.
I'm just imagining like the One Ring song. Like
Roll me a perception check and an insight.
All right. Perception first. And insight. 19 and 23.
I need this to play. On, play it. I'm gonna kill this bot.
Sorry about that.
Play. Come on.
Come on, play, you stupid game.
Araxis to the bot.
Okay, maybe this will work. Not work.
Just post it in Dice Roller and we'll play it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like
it's
3,
fine.
2, 1, and then play it.
Okay. Oh. It is playing.
Oh, I got it.
It is playing. So, you look around and you ask the question, who is watching? And then, your Void Dragon, thinking on it for a second, his eyes twitch as he looks up to the sky. For a second, you look at the horizon where the sun is slowly, well, rising into noon, trying to see where he's looking. But then you realize he's not looking somewhere over the horizon. He is looking at the sun. And all of a sudden, Kalius. My head's ramblings about the sun watching you all starts to make a bit more sense.
There you are. He mutters as he's going to pick another one of those black flowers and hold it up at the sun and crush it, letting it fall.
Eh? Oh.
Symbolism.
Don't keep us waiting. All right.
Yeah.
Do we know how far that beetle expert is?
Well, simple answer is no. Because, well, you were told once there was information, a curve would be sent to the estate, and well, nothing has been said. You have technically free time.
How far away is the Ichor in the river?
How far?
How far down?
I mean, would you go along the river to try to see how long it goes?
I'm sprinting down the river now.
You make it about 2 miles after some time until eventually the river splits. However, dotted by the river, where the river meets the earth, you do see purplish spots in the golden flora. And when the river splits in two, there are now 2 places where it two
Did any of you guys follow me as I started sprinting down?
Um, hmm.
Kalis will turn to Nihilum. Is there a secluded place where I can set down a beacon turret? I think he should know about this.
Sorry, can you repeat that? My internet cut out.
Is there a secluded place where I can set down a beacon turret? He should know about this.
Sure. I suppose. Yeah, sure.
So where are you gonna lead him, Nihilum?
I would say probably just a more secluded part of the garden.
Oh.
Just like a older part where the gardeners don't really just really don't do things anymore. Maybe some old statues or something cool.
Well, while that's happening, Grimcloak, you're gonna get a message. It's like asking if you have the ability to move earth or create a wall of stone.
The answer is no. Very much you can only freeze things.
I'm gonna tell you about the split. It's like I'm going left, you go right. Try and get ahead of it and stop it from spreading further.
Mm-hmm.
So
Why not?
I'm gonna go that one way, so that Grimcloak goes the other. I'm trying. My goal is to try and get ahead of one of the areas, and then as soon as I can, wall a stone to try and keep it from spreading, so we have
Okay.
at least containment.
Then first I'm gonna do this. A look at the dragon. It appears the The spread has split in two. I have to get ahead of it. Could you assist me in getting ahead of the other spread?
It nods. And
I get
you,
on its back.
oh,
No
you
time. Okay.
yeah, and you ride.
By the
Right.
way, I'm taking another one of the flowers so that I can show Rhett.
Mm-hmm. So,
But
So I get ahead.
Yeah.
When I get ahead of the spread, let's see. I'm gonna cast an ice storm on it on the river to freeze it in place.
let's see. So, Bluster, Grimclaw, both of you can roll me perceptions.
Dice is gonna fail. Oh no, they didn't fail me. They did fine.
the dice are fickle things.
Yeah, no.
Like
Halfling
so.
luck. Well, that's why we got halfling luck, baby.
I love having luck.
There we go.
18 and 17.
Yes, I know. Grimcloak, how high are you flying? And Bluster, are you with Grimcloak on the dragon's back?
Oh no,
No.
I went ahead to the fork and I took one way, they took the Grimcloak took another way. We're trying to contain it.
Huh?
Considering Ice Storm is
I have haste on myself, so I'm going as fast as I can.
Bluster, you
Ice Storm has
eventually
300 range.
Buster,
so
you eventually running down the river. You do eventually catch on where, in front of your eyes, you can see ahead of you actual the color changes, or more specifically, something grows in the midst of the gold, and it is a proper coloration. And you assume you get ahead of this water river thing. However, Grimcloak, how high are you flying?
I have to be minimal range of 300 feet. So I don't know how high the dragon is flying because I never said how high to fly, just to get ahead of it and get me as close as possible, I guess.
As you are flying, you see clearly spots on. You see spots in the. You see spots on the riverbanks, clearly. But then you look outwards into the plains, into the grass, where the vineyards are. And your heart sinks as you start to see smaller spots of purplish. Way outside the river are now being there.
It is growing.
The river
Grimcloak's-
is the river is no longer an issue anymore. It is spreading no longer just with the river.
It spreads under. Okay. I guess I can discern that it's spreading underground of some sort, right?
Yes.
I tell you this, Lester is 100% hyper-focusing on the river right now, so he does not see any of this outside.
Fair enough.
Then I guess I'll ask Ishkar to get me to Blaster and we'll inform them. So, it is no use. It spreads underground. Best tell Blaster.
I see.
So
So
you're
what's-
coming towards me?
Yeah, I'm hoping because the dragon has to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It will take you to Lester.
And then I get off and I tell Lester, it is of no use. It already grows via the underground.
There's a like I'm all hearing that just stop dead in my tracks as I turn towards you.
It's a fact.
That there's no delaying it. History is unfolding in front of us.
You see this Grimcloud shrug for some reason.
Silly me trying to affect events in time.
We did what we could. We cannot change what we just saw, but we can change the ultimate outcome still. This is but a sign. We may not be able to stop the sign, but we can still stop the occurrence.
Only I had the power to go back. Probably we could have stopped this.
You see
Is saying that.
You see Grimcloud looking at the flowers, and then Beamer speaks up. On one hand, we would not have to contact the Platinum Seas ourselves, as when the word of this spreads, they will come here.
It's still a good idea to contact them now more than ever. This is
Indeed.
something beyond us now.
Speaking of contacts, Araxis,
Mm-hmm.
setting out a beacon turret in the garden, in a secluded area of the garden.
Uh-huh. you set off a beacon. You jab it into the ground. It takes a few seconds as the bronze, or quote unquote bronze beacon starts to pulsate again. After a minute or so, the beacon breaks the ground and moves towards the nearest wall, which would be the wall of the of the actual wall that separates the outside from the inside.
The garden wall, basically.
Yes. And comes out as previously you witnessed a massive, well, basically from the bottom to the top of the wall, a massive archway dissolves in sand, and on the other side you can clearly see, if you poked your head out and you look slightly to the right, you can see the eldest just sitting on the throne. However, in front of you, approaching the archway, is Rhett. Clearly.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, we have not found any of your siblings. However, I felt that this, he holds up the flower, was an ominous enough omen to talk to you about. The Void Dragon began bleeding an ichor that turned golden flowers into these.
Steps out of the archway into Elam, your gardens, and picks up Kalius from you, the flower, to look at it. You can both see in his expression, well, he does want to give some insight, a resolution to the question. His mind is blank on this one. This flowers is nothing that it's not part of his forte. He gives back the flower to you, Alias, and says quite straightforwardly, find Tyria. Give her the flower, she would know what this would mean. As for me, I can only speculate, and that's not saying much.
I believe, at the very least, it is a calling card from Tiamat. Basically a herald. Kalis kind of breathes in and breathes out, and he's going to pull out the locket set that was inside the box.
Oh,
Rats.
The man's, acknowledges what you said, and as soon as you pull out the locket, he looks a bit with curiosity. His eyes immediately locks to your medallion. His gaze that was like this relaxed, very methodical, suddenly is filled with almost bitter hatred, and you could say almost like a primal rage.
Right. With this, I have been able to see through the eyes of my daughter and one other. I believe it is a method of tracking, perhaps lodestones for Tiamat. I do not understand it, but it might be a useful tool.
He extends his hand, and when he does, you can see his fingers are twitching. Give it here.
Are you planning on destroying it or using it? Because it is of no use to us destroyed.
Despite his fury, he takes a deep breath through his nose, exhales slowly, then kind of looks around a bit and kind of, seemingly for the first time, acknowledges the surrounding area that he's at. Looks up at the sky, actually. Looks back at you. As much as I wish, destroy it and break it in uncountable pieces of ash and dust. This is a tool of the enemy that could be beneficial. I wish to figure out what it does. As he then quietly extends his already extended hand towards you.
I'll place it in his hands.
You can see he carefully clenches the entire thing in his hand, and you can see there is this flicker of, I wanna break this thing with my hand. You can see his hand buckling against the medallion, and he slightly releases it and starts to actually roll it around in his palm.
I have only been able to open 2 of the compartments. One lets me see through my daughter's eyes, the red. The other, the blue. Was it the blue or the white that I was able to
Blue.
open? The other, the blue, led to someone I do not know.
Did you found something blue recently? Something that you couldn't explain?
Something blue that I couldn't explain. There was... I believe... Not to my memory. The only inexplicable thing I have found recently is this amulet I found.
Present
Right
it to me if you can.
I'll hand him the amulet that glowed with wild magic.
Mm-hmm.
when I first found it in the dragon's corpse.
Yes.
It glowed with magic similar to the sword that I myself can wield to an extent.
He looks at the amulet and then grabs it, and then he in his left hand has the medallion, and then on his right he has the amulet, the the little sapphire gemstone, and then yeah, he kind of fidgets with the amulet on his right hand, and then all of a sudden you see, he opens up the blue head, and then suddenly the crystal starts to shine again on the right as the blue head on the medallion forcefully closes itself. And then you see the amulet starts to lose its shine and goes dull again, and you see the blue head open up immediately. Interesting little toy. Fascinating little tool. He then gives you back the amulet.
I'll take it and pocket it. So it is a key to the locket.
No, it is a lot more sadistic. And what you have is... He seems to think on it for a second. You could say it's like a phylactery. But then he kind of grabs your hand and then presents to you your own finger. The very tip of it. Merely a small piece of it. However, I know. He seems to think on it, looking at the medallion, letting go your finger. This is difficult. This is extremely difficult. I have a new job for you. A quest, if you will.
Find the rest of these?
Well, there is a easier way to figure it out, but also it is a lot more difficult. You will need to find someone who is knowledgeable of the ancient dragon lore. Not our ancient, your ancient. Descendants of Tiamat, their grandchildren, and descendants of their grandchildren that roamed your ancient world way after ours cast to oblivion. They might hold more of these stones. One of the red that was... He looks at you. Do you have one of red?
I do not believe so. I only have the one.
Let's see. So the red is... He then thinks on it, kind of opens. He sees for a second as the head opens up, closes it immediately. So you have the red head, the blue head. Now you need to only find the green head, the black head, and the white head. You need to figure out if there have been any mythical dragons in the past where they might have been slain, where they might have been killed. Find their resting place and hope that you can find one of these stones once more.
By the way, did Buster and I arrive yet?
Yes, you would arrive. Because you basically, you know that this is not gonna be... Yeah, you basically see that, that Red is basically giving, like, an explanation to Kalius and Nihilum, basically, because they're both close.
Okay, then I would like to approach Red as well.
And
And
one more question. Me, as well as one other of my group, have felt someone is watching us, specifically from the sun.
Sun. He actually, because you're basically just like in this very shaded corner. He says it with a bit of confusion, then steps out into the light and stares out. Ah, yes, it's still operational. Looks back at all of you.
Light up. Like, excuse me?
Oh. Oh. Oh, you must... He smacks himself over the head with a bit of a... with a bit of a smile. Oh, of course you would not know. I forgot. This is not the sun that the world was born with. Well, mostly. Back at my father... Back during the Tiamat's reign and the beginnings of my father's reign, the sun was blue. However, he then looks at it. That blue was a sign of instability, of potential danger. And I have devised... He seems to think for a second. Oh no. Oh no. He looks back at all of you, specifically at you, Kalius. You have a sun god. A sun goddess. Does any of your population worship the sun as the god?
well, do we know that?
There is many. The gods of our world number numerous, and many of them take domain over the sun. I can think of a few different ones.
Hmm.
And there are probably more that I do not know.
There is a high likelihood that Soul's matrix have been corrupted. He looks a bit at the sun with displeasement. Great. That will be a task for later.
There... Excuse me, but we have the liquid that started the Purple Grove, and he also the bottle of Icar.
He looks at the ichor, examines it. He takes a deep sigh and looks back at all of you. As much as I wish I could help you with this, I would really not know.
We will find a way.
Maybe Olia, maybe Tatch could. Actually. Yes. Then looks at the Void Dragon. Yes. This is hers. You might know what this is. Looks at you, Kalius. You still control the damn beast, do you not?
I have given over control to Nihilum. She, is more capable with it.
I see. Whatever the case may be, we have the means to go and find Leah. Talk to her. Maybe she will know what this Icar means. For I have no clue. And I do really not have time for speculations.
Thank you.
Kaelis nods. If you find anything about how my daughter is connected to Tiamat,
When you say that, you see a sad look upon you from him, as he just says softly, "Oh, child, I know what the connection is. It's not a good one."
Never is.
she... All... Kaelis kind of takes a deep breath in as he's trying to voice one of probably his biggest worries about this. Is Tiamat her true mother? Or is she...
It could be many
Part of her.
things. She could be part of her, a descendant of her. She could be. He takes another breath, looking at the medallion, finally giving back to you. Each head represents Tiamat's tyrannical aspects. I assume each person present in this medallion mimic or even mirror her ultimate design for each individual head. I can only speculate at this point what actual purpose they might serve. But they very much could be heralds of Tiamat, waiting patiently, living their lives until their true and final purpose is made clear.
I will have to knock some sense into her.
He looks at you very cautiously, with a bit of sadness in his eyes. He wants to say something but then shuts his mouth. Then a few seconds pass and then he actually says it. "I'm sorry, young one, but you will have to kill her."
Kaelis kind of sets his jaw as he stares right down. If it comes to that, I will. But there will be no god or man who will stop me from finding a way to avoid that. I would drag myself from the pits of hell. simply for her.
Red just nods with acknowledgement, then looks at you, Lester. As you're the recent arrivals, I will say again, there is now an additional thing you must do besides looking for Titi and Tatch. Well, for Tatch, I'll figure out a way on my own. I have a theory of how to get to her quicker.
So do I.
His gaze turns to you, Grimcloak. You do.
Well, he takes off his mask for a moment and looks red in the eyes. If the book was that of Tatch, then that means the ones that destroyed all that I know must have a link to it, no?
He seems to think on it for a second. That would make logical sense.
So tell me, why would demons go search for Thatch?
Thatch represents humanity's secret. Its eagerness to hide it and manipulate the shadows. Think of predators stalking the night. Think of spies gathering information. Think of he kind of gives his motion around with his hand. You understand what I mean, no?
Mm-hmm.
So if demons are involved, clearly they are seeking whatever Thatch holds. Secrets, knowledge, particular information that she may have gathered over the millenniums. That could.
There's only one way to find out. And that is to have them start the hunt for me again.
See. Then he looks at you. So how do you propose to do it then?
I was originally going to tell the Platinum Seas to announce that I'm alive and tell my location. This would mean that I will be bait for these demons to come towards me. That was my plan. And from there, we will do combat, take in the leader, and find out the truth.
He seems to think on it for a second.
By the way, Iraq, I think Red will pick up that Grimcloak is pretty much eager to do this plan just to exert revenge on the demons.
Yeah, he looks at it. Characters for actually. You know what? I will direct my plans otherwise from actually making a potential passageway to Thatch. I'll make something to crack forcefully the book open.
Are you certain about that? After all, it was prophesied that the current wielder would one day open it.
In that case, I will just give you the device and you can open it, and the prophecy would be fulfilled, would it not? Seems to think on it.
Mayhaps. You see like Creepload like malfunction, like you can just open it now with the device with their prophecy. Would that mean there was some sort of way? That's like, well, okay, and it's like, well, if it opens, it opens. He just eventually just snaps out like, okay, if it opens, whatever.
Alrighty.
Grimcloak is really just like, but that's not cinematic.
Although it doesn't get it cinematic, it's more like, are there any? Will there be Wouldn't it?
It's more like that's
Side
it.
effects.
That's how you open the book with a jar,
Yeah.
with a can
Yeah.
opener.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I will then change my priorities. However, this is a very optimistic soundtrack now it's playing. However, you should still continue on the search of the species of beetle I provided you with. Then looks at all of you. Are there any more questions? Hello?
I don't have any, so I was asking. I'm waiting for anyone else to pick up, but no, not me. Kalius, Lester, Nelium.
Just, I'm frantically scribbling everything being, or writing down everything being said in my book. We're like, I guess I will. Eventually. Is there anything else of you have to tell us? Or
I mean, I called him here, so
true.
I doubt it's of that much import.
Yes, we should I don't have anything other in any sense. We have some stuff we need to do then.
Well, I'll be going then. And then he looks at the beacon, and then he touches the beacon. Looks back at you, Kalius. The beacon will disconnect from this place within a handful of minutes. I suggest you collect the beacon and keep it by your side.
Kalis nods. That is what I have been doing so far.
He nods and just walks through. And as he walks through the archway, you can see the beacon starts to pulsate again, and the whole archway gets submerged in this fountain of sand, even though the sand doesn't spill out into the actual garden.
Well, that answered quite a few questions.
Quite some.
Oh!
I think we got 4 plans of attack. So, which do we pursue first?
Well, any plans of attack that we do pursue, we should pursue them while staying here, so that
Okay.
we can meet the beetle guy.
As you say that,
Meet the beetle guy.
as I see it, actually, as good that you said just now, as you talking about your next course of action, Nihilum, in your vision, you can spot the good old Nashia basically spot you and then walk with a quick pace towards you. Miss
the hell?
Nihilum, there's a courier.
Finally. All right. And she just walks towards her.
As she walks to you, Nihilum, she says, said there is a package, a handful of letters, and a map for something related to the Imperial Nature Institute.
Yes, I've been waiting for this.
He politely bows and leads you basically to the front of the courtyard where there is, well, a very finely dressed messenger with all the heraldry of a imperial postman. As he sees you approach, he gives a deep bow, and then basically proclaims, "Miss Nihilum Leah in Minatia Augustus, I'm here to provide you the package to you and your eyes only." Then presents you a small, basically very well made box to you, and then provides an additional two pieces of paper that are basically documents that confirm that the package was delivered to the rightful address, and present to the right person, and basically asks you to sign into several places. I assume you sign.
I do.
You sign, and then he gives you one of the letters, and then takes the other letter for himself, neatly pockets it in his satchel, gives another polite bow, and tells you good day, and proceeds to let himself out of the estate.
Good day. And she curiously looks at the box. What's it look like?
Basically, it looks like a box made of oak wood. Simple in design, but very well presented. It is locked, and it has like this thin wax paper all over it, and you do see where the all paper meet up in one spot. There is a stamp of the Empire's Nature Institute stamped on it.
As with that, she would walk over to the group again and say, "Well, it seems like we got." She holds up the box. Something. Places it like on one of the like near her, and
the beetle
looks.
expert?
What?
Opens the box. It's a head.
No, it's a little Jack-in-the-Box guy that just pops out and goes,
Howdy! I'm the beetle expert at the Imperial Museum of Natural Science.
Horrible. No, but just like I assume we should read the letter first before opening the box. Yeah, she like starts opening it. The letter in the box.
The letter is very cordial and is very short. It is basically states that your permission for information for the scarab expert of her current expedition, her findings, and her foreseeable route for the next 2 years is neatly cataloged in the box inside, and that all relevant information to Radia. Radia is basically inside of this box, and with the best of wishes to you and your family, Norip Hornbon. With his own signature and additional stamp of the Imperial Nature Institute. Norby, shut the fuck up! Man. That took like 2 minutes figuring out the name. You just like, or BPN.
This correspondent is sponsored by.
Oh no! Are you gonna call Radia Ray Shadow Legends? No! No!
I mean, I won't if her last name isn't Shadow Legends.
Shade lettuce. No! Anyway. And yes, inside of the box, there is a very simple, not simple, but an actual, what seems to be a painted portrait of Copper Dragonborn. I really now want to just call her Rydia Shadow Lettuce. But no, her actual full name is Rydia or Upperham. And it has actually like her entire like almost like kind of personal information. She's 33 years old, born in around the Golden Plains.
Hey.
Single, looking for
We're not
friends.
doxing someone here online, okay?
Yeah, it's literally just a made up copper. Unless there's a copper dragon that lives in our world that we don't know of. Anyway, and yeah, and there's also the actual biggest piece of note in this map, in this box, and that is what seems to be a regional map of Nachara, which is quite a bit to the east from where you are, and it actually is cataloged halfway of where she's supposed to be taking in order for her beetle analysis, observation, and documentation journey. That's the official term. And you basically can see that she's been on this journey for about 6 months. She began in Crack and then went a bit east and then went a lot more south. And by the looks of it, by the way the map shows, she should be somewhere, by all means, in the middle of nowhere. There are no settlements by the looks of it. Although it is painfully cataloged where she should be every 2 weeks, as her route was meticulously planned for how long she's gonna be there, for how long she's gonna travel from one point to another point, and that's it. Yeah, literally middle of fucking nowhere.
Not a shower in sight. Let's go. Actually, considering
Yeah,
what
oh yeah.
Cloak just smelled like, I think we'll probably need bathing.
Inner chinchillas.
Oh my god. But yeah, you basically realize, well, here's the thing though, Nihilum. You look back at the Void Dragon, you literally have her name, and you also have her portrait. You clearly understand that you have more than enough direction to show to the Void Dragon to lead you there.
We have we have 2 main leads so far that we can follow.
Mm-hmm.
This is not Ivana Ground Sorrow, though. Oh.
Yeah, what's the plan, guys?
Hmm.
Well, I
Well.
think should we inform Olia first, or yeah, well, it depends. Olia first, or go to the bug girl first, or
Let's go to the bug girl first. I'm not particularly thrilled at the idea of having to go back to Sorrow.
well,
I
again,
agree.
and Grimcog will volunteer as tribute to go see Olia and give her the ichor.
Yeah, after the bug girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
God.
How old did you say she was? 33?
Yeah, 33.
Okay.
Yeah, copper dragonborn female single. For his last name.
Enjoys older men.
Is
Such a
It's
is
just a complete
is
pity
Question
by
DM.
is by Happy Prize Month.
Happy Pride
Question
Month.
for Araxis.
Huh?
Question for DM.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So originally we were gonna look for a drow, but now a dragonborn girl instead.
Apparently.
Okay.
Apparently. That's
Plot
what
twist,
the
they're dating.
I mean, here's the
Happy
thing.
Pride Month,
Here's the
everyone.
thing. You all remember the dwarf stated about dwarf about the drow lady that was an expert. Now this, you know what? Good catch, Nihilum. If you care, Bluster. If you care as well, can you roll me both a history and an insight check?
They're
Yes.
they're getting rid of us.
History. Insight. Not very insight. What the hell are those rolls? Christ almighty.
I'm
Well,
so
time to bless the.
I'm so
Christ.
happy that Grimcloak actually just called this out. I'm so glad. I
You're,
was
welcome.
No. I was genuinely hoping. Okay. Okay.
You mean the person takes a note, notice something like, "Hey, this doesn't
Yeah.
add up. What's going on here?"
So,
Question.
so Blister, you quickly glance around and you kind of listen to Grimcloak just kind of announce, and you do realize bureaucracy is a hell of a thing. Probably Radia, this copper dragonborn is, you know, the person with all the laurels and titles, etc., and the person that the dwarf was talking about yesterday might be a completely different person, or it could be a person related, not like related, but more like attached in the with the team, with the group that the Copper Dragon was part of. Could be her boss, leader, superior. He does the work, but the drama might do the work, but the Copper Dragonborn might get all the, you know.
All the accolades.
Exactly. So you wouldn't be surprised. It's not the first time where somebody does a lot of work, but somebody with higher status just like yoink. I get the name, and you get paid, and I'll go. Yeah.
Go dig for beetles for me, peasant.
Yeah. If only a lot more people actually called out when there's two truths that don't correspond with each other. I love it. Anyway,
I would. I'm just sleepy.
Gosh. So real, so true. Anyway, what will you do with this information now? Oh.
Well, I guess we still go to the dragon lady. We don't know where the drow is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully they're together.
Best course of action is the one you can actually do.
Anyway. So, with that being said and done, I think it's a good time to call because the bot is trying to kill itself. I can't. I have two bots. I have two bots in the VC, but none of them are working.
Add a third one. After that, it's just time to pay a bard.
Just actually gets somebody with a high quality mic and a guitar to come in and sing.
just like somebody does a one-liner fucking.
I know a guy,
Oh no.
technically.
Oh, you know a guy who knows a guy. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here because I'm actually very tired as well. And yeah. And also
Despite your
maybe
coffee, are you not built different after all?
I am built different. I took half a liter coffee and it doesn't faze me. I am literally
Rexus is built incorrectly.
exactly. I'm built alternatively. Anyway, that's gonna be over for this session. Anything you wanna say? Anything you wanna say for this recording before I'm shutting it down with no survivors?
We didn't start the fire. It was
It's simple.
always burning since the world was turning.
Oh yeah. By the
We
way,
didn't
you're all
start the fire.
level 10. By the way, congratulations.
Hey!
Okay.
Yes! And now the spells get even more interesting afterwards.